Hi, guys. Welcome to the Truth Factor, where we do headlines with an attitude. We have some developing things again this evening. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to cover them. I'm going to share these links. Everything is archived in the Wixit in the description in the box below. So let's check it out, guys. See what's going on. Okay. So, according to this, America just bombed the KLSU base headquarters of the Babylonian commander in Iraq. Now, Israel has done it, I think, but Iran is blaming Americans for it. And then we have from Praying Medic, he's reporting that American planes fill the skies of Iraq now. As U.S. officials has told the PBS News that the explosion at the PMF base in Iraq is believed to have been caused by an Israeli airstrike. This is coming from Rawls Global. Go see what is up with Laura. What is your problem? I just published a new post on his Buy Me a Coffee, but it says Iraq hit by Israel, but Iran blames the U.S. And then we have American aircraft bombed an Iraqi resistance site due to resistant attacks on Israel. Iraqi resistance response seems imminent against U.S. bases in Iraq. So, looking like U.S. bases might be hit. Okay. Then this here says that the plane that bombed the Babylon in Iraq came out of the Tower 22 base in the Rouk Band area, northeastern Jordan, near the Jordanian-Syrian border. More bombing. At the beginning of the bombing of the militia sites in Iraq, the Iranian media was accusing Israel of being behind the attack. Then the Iranian narrative changed completely and began to accuse the United States of America of being behind the attack on the bases of the armed militias of the Revolutionary Guard in Iraq. Then we have from Insider Paper saying one is dead, one killed in the bombing at the Iraq military base, security sources. Then we also have reports that multiple Israeli airstrikes in Rafah and Gaza. Here is some footage downstairs. Breaking footage from inside the bases of the militias affiliated with the Iranian Revolutionary Guard in Iraq being bombed by Israel. We got more footage. And this is the moment the military base was bombed in Iraq. And there is an explosions. Large explosions reported in central Iraq. A large explosion and fire has been reported in Babylon Governorate in Iraq. The reason of the explosion is unclear. More information as it becomes available. And then we have Pray Medic. He says, imagine that. Don't forget that the Prime Minister of Iraq, Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, who is technically the commander-in-chief in the Popular Mobilization Forces, is still in D.C. and has been for almost a week, meeting with U.S. officials. Things that make you go, Then we have from Zero Hedge, Huge blast rocks at Iraq base used by Iran-linked militias. Reuters is reporting a massive blast at an Iraqi base used by Iran-linked militias south of Baghdad. In the overnight hours, a huge blast rocked a military base used by Iraq Popular Mobilization to the south of Baghdad late on Friday, Army sources said to Reuters. A few other details have been given, but images are widely circulating online showing what indeed appears to be very large-scale strike. A number of regional correspondents have been quick to identify it as an American military airstrike. However, given the events of the night prior, the limited attack on Iran, others are speculating it was the Israelis behind it. Both the Israelis and Americans have struck Iran-linked PMF bases before, mostly in eastern Syria, but a strike on such a scale inside Iraq by Israel remains very rare or even unprecedented. Of course, since this again takes place when the market is closed, the only way to trade it is via Bitcoin, which the algos have decided to price in the end of the world for the third time in 5 days. Rather crazy. Then we have, let's see. China is setting the stage for digital Pearl Harbor on America in the wake of House Committee hearings this week on threats coming from Chinese Communist Party. The FBI and lawmakers are warning of cybersecurity threat that the CCP poses to U.S. infrastructure. Over the last year, the size and the scope, the CCP cyber warfare tactics have begun to come to light, which the U.S. officials have publicly admitted to being stunned by. On Tuesday, the FBI Director Christopher Wray repeated his warnings from January when he stated that China's hackers are wreaking havoc on American infrastructure, remarking that the CCP is the defining threat of our generation. He continued, China's hacking program is larger than that of every other major nation combined. If each one of the FBI cyber agents and intelligence analysts focused exclusively on the China threat, China's hackers would still outnumber the FBI cyber personnel by at least 50-1. The ongoing hacking campaign, known already as the Volt Typhoon, has gained access to American telecommunications, energy, water, and other companies, including pipeline operators. Ray charged China is assembling the ability to physically wreak havoc on our critical infrastructure at a time of its choosing. It plans to land low blows against civilian infrastructure to try to induce panic. The report explained, Ray said it is difficult to determine the intent of this cyber pre-positioning, which was aligned with China's border intent to deter the U.S. from defending Taiwan. In February, it was the Epoch Times that reported that cites the documentation that communist regime is installing malware in key U.S. systems in preparation for a chance that there would be a major conflict. There's a little bit more there, but definitely you can see not good. And how do you get them out of our infrastructure? I don't know, guys. It sounds absolutely crazy that we know this information and have done nothing, right? Then we also have Hal Turner with an article about cyber catastrophe in progress. He says a cyber catastrophe may be in progress as of 1:01 Eastern Time on the 19th, as several gigantic companies are seeing cascading failures of their information technology IT systems and company operation software emanating from our data centers in Europe. Companies in the U.S. related to those European firms are also watching the cascading failures affect them from inside the U.S. right now. Application-centric infrastructure seems to be involved. This may be part of the gigantic cyber attack. More if he gets it. Yeah. La-di-da. Let's see. And then we have the whole week last night thing. And this was updated this morning. No admission by Israel of the involvement in last night's attack on Iran. Israel-Iran situation gets weirder by the minute. There were some explosions in Iran last night, but they were very small and didn't damage anything. It now appears they simply sent a message. that there were some small explosions in Iran last night. It's not a question there were, but Iran is saying it was their air defense system shooting down small quadcopter drones and that nothing in Iran was damaged. While U.S. officials and even the Pentagon last night said publicly it was Israel attacking, Israel itself has not admitted anything. As of 9:25 Eastern Time USA today, it now appears this was simply a message to Iran that Israel can get to their nuclear program facilities if it wants to. The Iranians have highly educated, prudent, and reasonable people who are not likely to go to war over something as small as what took place. The whole thing is weird. Stock markets have recovered much of what they lost overnight. Futures trading gold, silver, and oil prices have slid slightly from the spike seen last night. Still monitoring the situation, but for now, all is quiet. Okay, so update at 10:41. Israeli Channel 12 moderate Arab states are disappointed with Israel's response to Iran and that the ideal of forming a Sunni Israeli axis against Iran has permanently ended. These countries will seek to improve their relations with Iran after their bet on Tel Aviv failed. I don't know. Anyway, so what an unimaginable treachery. These people are all alike. Anyway, guys, I tell you, who knows what to even make of this. I watched a video this morning of Amir saying that, yes, indeed, they did attack, whatever. So go figure. Then we have the Democrat Benny Thompson wants to take away Trump's Secret Service protection if Trump is convicted of any bogus charges against him created by the Biden DOJ and their weaponized Dem prosecutors. So Donald Trump could lose Secret Service protection under this new bill. And basically it says if you're convicted of a felony, blah, blah, blah. But this is the thing, this is crazy times we're in. And with all of the things that, could be facing Mr. Biden himself, I think I would be, and, other presidents past, I would think that I would be a little leery even walking in that direction. Just saying. Anyway, along with being Bernie Sanders and Barack Obama's supporter, Mac Axarello also sued Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. The lawsuit was filed nearly 1 year ago to date, April 14, 2023. Today, he self-immolated outside of the Trump trial. He caught himself on fire, guys. Absolutely kind of crazy. This is the man who lit himself on fire outside of the Trump trial today. Wearing a Bernie Sanders shirt. There's another picture I've seen him standing with Bill Clinton, I think. And then we have Nike permanently laying off 740 employees at world headquarters. As a result, the second phase of impacts will take effect June 28th. Approximately 740 at the WHK will have been impacted by this and the recent prior permanent reduction of workforce. Not good. And that's from Zero Hedge there, guys. And then we have an article from End Time Headlines about the WHO expresses great concern after bird flu virus is discovered in milk. Here, this is a recent statement from the World Health Organization. Is sure to ruffle a few feathers. The International Health Group expressed great concern over the rising number of human bird flu cases on Friday. The organization also announced that the virus has been found in raw milk. Dr. Jeremy Fahar, the WHO chief scientist, noted that the avian flu, also called the H5N1, had an extremely high mortality rate among infected people worldwide. Now, if I remember correctly, was that not the same thing? Hi there, Bill. How are you? There were 3 strikes, all connected with tracking, 1 in Iraq, 2 in Iran, and all 3 successful. Dodge, MSM, clueless. I got you. Hi, Dodge. Good evening. They blew the base up. No, they didn't blow up the whole base, I guess you could say. they were aiming, I guess, at the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, the way it makes it sound from what I've gathered, dodgy. So, but definitely, I would say success by whatever they were trying to do, for sure. Um, we'll go back and we'll look at a couple of the things. But this here is, in my opinion, another target on our food source, just plain and simple. Um, it is in this Wixit for you to finish reading if you'd like. I'll tell you, I think that with all the zombie stuff and which in my opinion that was just thrown out there, I guess, kind of just to steer the pot, if you ask me, because it happened, I think, what, in 2022 that the persons died. So I don't know, again, why, if they died in 2022, why they're still trying to stir that pot outside of just push fear. This is, again, his opinion, but Iran apparently is blaming America on the Kalsu base headquarters, the Babylon commander in Iraq. And Praying Medic has, I guess, a map of the United States Air Force being in the air, but that doesn't mean they did it, clearly. But the U.S. is saying that Israel has done it. A U.S. official has told PBS News that the explosion at the PMF base in Iraq is believed to have been caused by an Israeli airstrike. And then, no, that's the same one, guys. Sorry. And Iran is blaming U.S. So in here, Iraq hit by Israel. Iran blames the U.S. And then from War Intel, American aircraft bombed an Iraqi resistance site due to resistant attacks on Israel. Iraqi resistance response seems imminent against the U.S. bases in Iraq. And so they're obviously speculating that they'll be attacking U.S. bases. And then this person seems to report that the plane that bombed Babylon in Iraq came out of Tower 22 base in Rukban area, northeastern Jordan, near the Jordanian-Syrian border. And at the beginning of the bombing of the militia sites in Iraq, this is from Praying Medic, the Iranian media was accusing Israel of being behind the attack. The Iranian narrative changed completely and began to accuse the United States of America of being behind the attack on bases of the armed militias of the Revolutionary Guard in Iraq. So clearly, they're trying to point the finger towards the United States. And we have reports of one being killed in the bombing at the Iraq military base, security sources. And then we have multiple Israeli airstrikes in Rafah and Gaza. And this is the civil defense. And then footage from inside the bases of the militias affiliated with the Iranian Revolutionary Guard in Iraq being bombed by Israel. And
so you're going to make somebody spend more gas than to stop one.
The moment the military base was bombed in Iraq, here we go.
So you're going to waste somebody's gas. That's stupid sounding. That is stupid sounding.
Go. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Okay, and then we have
Are you getting ready?
a large explosion and fire has been reported in Babylon. Governor in Iraq. The reason of the explosion is unclear. More information as it becomes available. So I don't think the entire base has been destroyed, but there definitely appears to be some kind of huge blast take place, even being reported by Zero Hedge. And again, they share the same things like what we were sharing, just different sources, as you can see. And we covered this earlier. I'm just going back over this for people that joined us late. And there we go. And that is what we have for you guys this evening. And that is this update. Yay, Ryan. God bless. So, and if there's anything else to be reported, guys, I'll bring it to you as quickly as I can. But for now, that is what I have. We'll take a look over here and just see if there's anything come out. Yeah. Babylon, you say? Yeah. Kind of crazy, huh? They said it. Okay, so it says we are aware of reports claiming that the United States conducted airstrikes in Iraq today. Those reports are not true. The United States has not conducted airstrikes in Iraq today. U.S. Central Command statement. So there we go. Our people say that we didn't do it. But again, they'll be pointing the finger in our direction, I'm sure. And I think that is the best of those updates. And then just another, that's the same audio or video, it looks like, that we saw earlier. Anyway, so another airstrike this evening. Bill says a significant airstrike by unknown aircraft reported against a major Iranian-backed militia base in Babylon Governorate of eastern Iraq to the south of Baghdad, most likely the Iranian proxy group. Yes, and that is exactly what has happened. There is unknown aircraft, but I believe the United States has pointed the finger at Israel, but I don't believe Israel has taken credit for that. So as of right now, we're going to say that unknown who has hit the Babylon Governorate, which is got Iranian proxy group there, and we're going to follow the headlines where they may lead us, and we will update when we know something more, guys. But definitely back-to-back peculiar days taking place. Still strange events taking place, and we will keep our eyes and ears open. So I hope everyone has a safe and fun weekend. We'll be back a little bit later with some prayer after we have dinner. Anyway, God bless you all and have a wonderful evening. And thank you, Bill. You all have a wonderful night. God bless you.